role is to hold the ladder, which means to protect our rights, to provide a basic safety net, to provide an external environment of security. But how far you climb on the ladder, that's up to you. That's based on your ability, your talent, your effort, and frankly, a little bit of luck. So that means some guys may get up to the 3rd rung on the ladder and some other guys may get up to the 7th rung, but at the end of the day, the politics of the ladder is about keeping that ladder standing for people to make their lives better. But it is up to you. The other politics on the other side, the politics of the left, I'm going to call it the politics of the rope. And on the face of it, it's a more attractive politics than the ladder for this reason. Basically, you have a bunch of guys who are on top of a big building. And they look at the poor, black, brown people down there, and they say, listen, listen, we have a rope. We're going to let the rope down. You hang on to it. We'll pull you up. So on the first glance, you go, wow, the rope is better, because in the ladder, I actually have to climb. In the rope, I just hang on. But then, if you're smart, and you watch this for a little while, you realize, number one, this is a little bit of a dicey bargain, because I'm totally dependent on the fellow up there holding the rope. If he lets go, down I go. And second of all, I've been watching this rope for a while, and I notice a lot of people are being pulled, but they never get to the top. I never see them climb onto the building where the guys who are holding the rope are. They seem somehow to be hanging in perpetual limbo. In other words, you have communities today that have been held for generations. You have black ghettos, Latino barrios, Native American reservations. Trillions of dollars have been put in these places, and yet they're not all that different than they were in 1972. They haven't actually fixed their problems. And there's a suspicious lack of urgency about fixing those problems. They appear to be just where people want them to be. And so then it crosses your mind that maybe the guys who are on top of the building don't have any plans to pull you all the way up. They have you right where they want you because you are now in a position of suspended dependency. In fact, you have no place to go. If you let go, you'll crash, and yet you can't pull yourself up. You're stuck. But while you're stuck, you remain 100% dependent on the guys who are holding the rope. In a sense, the rope has become, you hate to put it this way, a kind of a noose around your neck. And you are in a certain type of captivity that is regrettably partly of your own making. Why? Because you actually collaborated to get the setup in which you are now dangling in the air with no real prospect of advancement. So, I think at the end of the day as Americans we have this choice. Do we actually want an America of the ladder, or do we want an America of the rope? Because the America of the rope is the path, I think, of dependency. And ultimately that dependency destroys your dignity. Why? Because at the end of the day, the only real self-esteem can be in earned achievement. The only self-esteem is the pride of the kid who goes, I struggled with that math problem and I figured it out, and I did it. And so I feel good about myself, and it's going to motivate me to do the next one because I'm ready to tackle that challenge. It is that sense of earned achievement, I think, that drives our motivation and creativity as human beings. So at the end of the day, when I think about politics, I always try to go back to that original primordial moment when I first came to America, when I saw America fresh. Because if you think about it, the immigrant does have this double point of view. If you grow up in a different culture, and you have this to a degree as well, you're able to see America through this kind of double lens. And compare America to other countries and identify things about this country that make it unique. America in 1800 was probably one of the handful of poorest countries in the world. Within 100 years, It was indisputably the richest country in the world and has never let that title go, nor does it seem likely to do so in the near future. How did that happen? Interestingly, if you look at our history books, not a clue. They don't even address the problem. They don't give an answer, they don't even raise the question. A lot of what we call history is unfortunately progressive history. It's history written by progressives, and that's what you get in the history books, that's what you get in the History Channel, that's what you get on Wikipedia. Sometimes people who see my movies, they get a kind of indigestion. I mean, they accidentally wandered in and they're like, what? There's a bunch of Nazis and they're sitting around a table and they're writing these laws that turn Jews into non-human, second-class citizens, and they're holding in their hands the democratic laws of the Jim Crow South, and they're crossing out the word black and writing in the word Jew. They're like, where is this crazy D'Souza getting all this madness from? And the answer is, there it is, indisputable in the historical record, but you won't find it in the textbooks because the progressives have left it out. And you won't find it in Wikipedia because after World War II, there was a very careful campaign to move fascism from the left-wing column into the right-wing column. I'm not saying that these are people who are outright lying, it's just that they're protecting their own side. They're covering up the crimes of their own party. They're spinning the story in such a way that inconvenient facts are downplayed, if not left out.